By now, many of you know that we have turned the OA Summit into a virtual experience that spans across many weeks. So you have more opportunities to ask us questions and also hear more best practices from more customers. So today, one of these customers is Gary from GE. Now, you know Gary because he's been very active in the community for many years. He was at Morgan Stanley, at Siemens. He was involved in the OD Talk community. He is an ACE director. So this is someone that you can learn a lot from. At his session, he's going to talk about blockchain. So, Gary, first of all, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. What are you going
Sure.
to cover in your session?
Thanks, Bruno. I'm definitely looking forward to doing this presentation. It's on a topic that I found to be very interesting. And what we did here was, as you mentioned, we explored using blockchain to solve an internal issue around intercompany transactions. Right. So if you think about the movement of cash between an organization, it costs money. Anything we can do to optimize that process is going to save money to the bottom line. And so we worked with Oracle and we did a kind of a brainstorming session around how could we apply emerging technologies into this space and see if there was anything that we could do to get things. Well, a term that we like to use is right at inception. How do we get it correct up front
Mhm.
so that we know that this is going to go through the process without as much trouble? Well, blockchain smart contracts, Hyperledger smart contracts are a perfect conduit for that because they enforce the rules at the beginning of the transaction, where we have that trust now between us that we're going to perform this activity the way that we said we were. And so there's no ambiguity in how we do our processing. And what was really good about it was the way Oracle came to the table with a wing-to-wing solution. A lot of the stuff we were looking at around blockchain was very specific to just, okay, well, here, you can go implement Hyperledger Fabric, and that's fine. But then we started asking the questions, well, how do we move data on and off the blockchain? And I said, oh, well, we'll use Oracle Integration Cloud for that. Oh, okay. And we have process management in that suite also, which allowed us to do workflows. Because what happens when someone challenges an invoice? Even though you have the contract and it's supposedly okay, somebody may still raise a challenge to it. So we could put workflows in place to help support that. And we said, well, what about reporting and analytics? He said, because all the data is on the blockchain. A blockchain is very much a transactional system. They said, and Oracle said, well, we have a rich history data warehouse that is out of the box with our blockchain solution, where you stream all your blockchain activity directly to an autonomous database. And we
Mhm.
said, well, that's pretty powerful. And then we put Oracle Analytics on top of it. And for years I've been in the EPM and BI and analytics space, so I'm familiar with that analytics product. I know how far it's come, and so right away the wheels were spinning. And I'm thinking we can do a lot of really great stuff to kind of highlight to the end users, to the functional owners, to the executives what's actually happening, because the blockchain it's a concept that people hear,
Yeah.
but you're not really looking at a blockchain, right? Analytics is what kind of gave us that window into what we were doing on the blockchain to show people how powerful and how well this would solve this problem.
This is outstanding, Gary. I can't wait to attend your session. I know you have also documented that in a three-part blog series called Coding Around the Block. I think you've written 2 out of 3. So I invite everyone to go out and take a look at that and of course, join your session. Now, you've been to these events, you've been in the community for many years now. How should people approach the OA Summit? And, how should they make sure that they get most of the value out of this event?
I think it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for all of us, with current world situation being what it is. One of the things
Yeah,
we've always liked about these events is we get out, we get face to face, and we develop, that human interaction, that networking.
yeah.
I think we're all learning how to do that through technology. You and I are having this conversation right now, and it's really not that much different than when we sit in a room together. So I think from that standpoint, it's about being present, show up, uh, pay attention, and come in with a list of things that you want to get out of it, something you want to learn, a new relationship you want to make, reach out to people. You use the technology that's there to connect with people and understand what they're doing and how you can benefit from that and bring that back to your to your projects to make them that much better.
That's excellent advice. And, this is the opportunity for you to ask your questions. So make sure that when you get into the experience, you use the Q&A functionality of the event. We have really designed this event with your needs in mind. Gary, thank you so much for the time. I know you're a very busy guy. I can't wait to attend your session. For everybody else, if you have not registered for the event, make sure you go there today at oracle.com/OA Summit, and we will see you there.